Hi, Peggy. Just getting myself hopefully set up here. I had this idea for a while now and decided today was the day. So we'll see how this goes. How are you? All right, let's see if I can get my little phone holder here to work. So it helps me keep an eye on chat a little bit. Of course, I really am going to have to pay attention. I'm going for it, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I kind of like I found this design. I kind of like the underneath part. So I'm not going to do that fancy stuff in the middle. I'm going to try to do this grid on the top and then do these little flowers on my fingers. I've been putting up. You don't have your Easter decorations up? I thought you were doing that the other day, girlfriend. We don't do it anymore. Nobody comes to see us. Nobody comes to our house. We live in Guam, according to my family. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I should bring my camera down pretty far. What do you think? Is that too up close and personal? See, I can't even see it I see it on my computer screen, but I'm trying to. Okay, my phone is lagging a little. Let's see if I can get my big old mitt. And that might not be too bad. All right. We'll see. So I had to mix my solution, and it has to age. I think the one article that I just looked at very briefly, maybe 12 to 15 days. I've had it done down at the shore, and there's a craft fair that I used to do, and a young gal would come and do henna there. And the camera's good? Okay, great. And I think it lasted no more than 2 weeks. So we'll see. My one girlfriend, who's really like a sister to me, she and I, if we go to the shore, we always look for the henna place. And so when I saw this kit, I found this little kit. Oh my gosh, it's been at least a year ago on the clearance table. It didn't have the instructions in it, but it had all this other stuff. So I thought I'd get it. And the next time we had a family get together, we'd do henna. Well, she wasn't interested. Well, see, this covers up what you have going on your hand. So it might be a good thing. We'll see. Anyway, she never wanted to do this henna with this kit that I purchased. So it's just been sitting here, and I've had the idea to do it. And I thought, you know what? Let's just do it today. Make room in my drawer. So I had to, I had this first little bottle that had sugar and lemon in it, it said. So I just Googled how to fix it up and how to mix it, because like I said, the instructions aren't here. So I had to fill this up with tap water. I did put it in the microwave because one article said something about using warm water. So I filled that up and then dissolved the sugar that was in there. It doesn't smell real lemony though. I thought it would smell more lemony. And then I had to put it in with my henna powder, and I had to mix it for 5 minutes. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for coming in. We're going to see what I can do. Hopefully I don't destroy the little design. And so I mix it for 5 minutes, and then it's got to sit for 45. So I have a timer on my phone.
Let's see how much time. So I've only got 6 minutes left, and then I'm supposed to stir it a little bit. But I'll tell you what, it really looks very thin. So maybe I'll uncap it. I doubt that would help any. Because it really should be like a paste. But I was only supposed to fill the water up to this line, so that's what I did. So it could be a disaster, and we may have to, maybe I should think about a plan B real quick. Wonder what I could do for a plan B real quick, because it really looks very, I don't know that that's going to really thicken up. Well, it could be thicker at the bottom. It said to just stir it very gently up right before you're going to use it. Now, this said to use it within 24 hours. Oh, I think you could probably use the age spots, Peg, to make flowers around it. You could use your little, see, because I have some age spots too. You could just put a little flower, put some petals around those babies. So I'll hoping that this doesn't run because it's supposed to like it really looks like poo, okay? If you've never had it done, it just you squeeze it out and it really just looks like poo, and it's like a, well, you can see in this picture. I don't know how well you can see in this picture. Can you see the thickness of it? See, like on the little dots, like these little dots here? They just look like really little piles of poos, you know? And then as that dries, it's supposed to stain your skin. And then once it flakes off, now there's different schools of thought. Once it starts to dry, to pick it off. But the gal that I went to at the little craft fair I used to do, she said just let it dry and knock off naturally. And I just read a little article that said to wrap your hand, once you do it, to wrap your hand in plastic wrap. Yeah, I know, right? Nice long fingers. But look, she's missing a fingernail there. Um, but another gal said, you know, you don't really have to wrap it in plastic because I would think the plastic might smudge your design. So we'll see. I'm going to be so disappointed if this does not thicken up and I'm not able to use it. Then they give you this little, it's like one of our glue bottles. You know how they have those extra little tips that you can put on? So you're supposed to pop that on. And I'm hoping when I squeeze the bottle, that doesn't catapult, you know, across the room. And then I have a big splat on my fingers. So we'll see. It said to screw on the metal tip. There are no threads to screw, and this is not metal. So there you have it. That smells kind of cool. So, oh, it looks like we've got a few other people here. All right, so for anyone just joining us, if anyone would like to just say hello that you're here, that would be great. My name is Lori. I'm known as Pink Girly. My channel is Pink Girly on YouTube, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to try to paint my own hand with henna that I mixed myself, which really doesn't look very thick at this point. And if it doesn't work, we'll go to plan B, which I don't really have a plan B. So my henna has been mixing. Not only did I do the sugar water, then there was a little bit of eucalyptus oil I had to mix in. Hi, Nancy. Thanks you for joining us. And so I had to stir that for 5 minutes. Now it's aging. It's supposed to age for 45 minutes. Now, one article said if you don't use it all, or you're not going to use it right away, you could put it in your freezer. So I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, lurking is good. Thanks, Nancy. Glad you said hello. I see that I have a few other little folks here. And this is really kind of spur of the moment. We went and were able to buy some furniture the other day, and we needed a mattress, and We went out this morning looking for a piece of carpet, and my husband and I usually don't agree on too much when it comes to home decor. But this was easy. We agreed on the furniture as soon as we walked in the furniture store doors, and we agreed on the carpet. The carpet guy said, "Oh, I think I've got a big piece in the truck that I just picked up." We looked at that. We agreed on that. And then the fellow said, "Well, where do you live?" And we told him. He said, "Hey, I live around the corner. How about I'll deliver it free for you?" So that all worked out. So we're like, woohoo! We were so excited. So when I came home, I said, "You know what? I'm just going to get my henna ready and see how it works out." So what I'm thinking, because I really kind of like this, mostly for what's on her fingers. I like those kinds of little flowers on her fingers. My design on my index finger will not be that intricate. I can assure you that. And but then I like the underneath side of her hands, which is this. I don't know. I've got a shadow, of course, going on. I kind of like this because it looks like netting. So I'm going to try to do that. Because this is just little lines, How straight do they have to be? It's just for me, right? And then I pulled this up off of Etsy. I thought these were cute because I thought some of these smaller designs might work, like for around the edge of the lace. Like, see with these little loops? I mean, the girl at this crafts show that would do it, not only did she do them fast. Oh, there's my timer. Okay, let's shut the timer off if I can figure out how to do that. Now, hopefully in another 45 minutes, that's not going to start tooting at me again. And then I saw some of these little dots, and I thought they might look cute, or I might be able to incorporate some of these little things, or like this little, see this little flower here? I thought he was cute. So I don't know. The paisley shapes are really cute too, but I'm not sure. I might be a little too anal to try to do that, and get it just right. So I also looked up to see if I needed to condition my hand at all. So I think all that I'm going to do is just wipe it off with my baby wipe. They said if your hand was real oily, to use some alcohol on a cotton ball. And really, I'm kind of on the drier side, so I'm just going to do that. No, I'm not going to do both hands. I'm just going to do the one because I am not ambidextrous. And the left hand would really look not good. Not good. So, all right. So I've got that all cleaned up, and I'm not going to do the underneath side. To me, that's just a waste because you don't get to see that. A waste of product, if you will. And I am stingy with product. All right. So I've mixed it up. I've got my eucalyptus in there, my lemon water, and sugar. And so it said to stir this, girls, and it's really not thick. I'm going to be so disappointed. Well, it's thicker. But all we can do is give it a squirt and give it a try, right? So this is the little bottle that came with the kit. And then I had to apply this little plastic nib. And let me just take a piece of my paper here before I start putting it on my hand. Let's see if this, once the air hits it, maybe it'll dry up a little bit and it will work. So let's just see. Let's just see. Oh my gosh, it looks like diarrhea. It's very runny. See, so that doesn't look too bad, but see over here how it kind of went bloop, bloop. So if I want to do anything like that, do these lines. This, I think I'm going too fast. I think I have to make little, it might work okay. I certainly don't want to bang it into anything. Hey, Candy, thank you for coming in. So let's see. I was thinking if I did my fingers first, rather than this part, like I don't want to knock into what I've already done. So my thought is, what do you girls think? My thought is if I do my fingers, then I'll be working down here away from that area to, like, you know, maybe leave my thumb go last, because I might have to put my thumb down to stable my hand. So that's what I'm thinking. And I want to use these little flowers type things on my fingers. So this one they've got close up to the oh, she's missing another fingernail there. Nail, the cuticle. Not that it has to be exact, but you know, I am a little anal about some things. All right, so I'm going to just go in, girls. I'm going to do it. And what'll happen is, of course, this will have to dry for several hours. So then I can post a picture maybe in Fibsville or, you know, and or Instagram once it dries, and we can see what the design looks like. See if it actually works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be tempted to stop into an Indian market and buy some of my own henna powder and mix my own jazz, because I really want to do this. Okay, cool. Be crazy. All right, so I'm just going to start with a little. Oh, I've got a big old hair on the hand. I guess it's attached into my ring. That's not good. Let's get rid of that. All righty. So, and I'm going to have to leave my hand flat so it's not, you know, like that. Oh, honey, I don't cook dinner or do dishes. You know, have I not ever talked about my manservant that I live with? My husband does all that. I'm the resident slug. Okay, so I'm going to just put a little dot here. And this is the fiddly part. See, my dot just grew. Not liking that. We're going to quickly erase. So it's all a control thing, even just like you know, your paintbrush. How much pressure, yeah, you do. So I'm just make another little. I could be on this one finger for like 3 hours. Going over it doesn't help either. All right, let's maybe dry off that finger. It might be part of the problem. See, I keep running it into. Does anybody remember when I painted my face? That went a lot better. Hey, little gypsy, how are you? Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see. All right, Laura, let's go. This definitely should be thicker. And I don't have anything to add into it to make it thicker. That looks like a monster head. I should have maybe left the cap off so when it was setting up, maybe it would dry out a little bit. Now, one set of directions I saw, it said something about cooking it. But the girl that used to do mine, she didn't cook anything. It was all, and she used it in a little cone that, oh my goodness, this looks, see, I'm very particular. She used it in a cone, like, try just one stroke. Okay. People that decorate cakes and whatnot, they make those cones out of that, like, not deli paper, uh, parchment paper, I think. They fold it a certain way. Look, I got a hair there. And, she just used this little tiny cone with this little tip. I'm pressing too hard on the squeeze bottle. I'm not gonna have one finger done, and I'll be yes, an icing bag. That's it. I'm gonna have one finger done. I'll be out of henna because oh golly. But see what I put on the paper. Look, see that's not running or anything. That's getting not as thick as it should be. But oh my gosh, what do you see? I'm gonna do all this, and then if I ever get off with the one finger. The flour is probably the hardest part to do. See, it's just too liquidy. Let's try this part down here. Let's go to plan A. Don't squeeze and try pulling toward the center. Yeah, well, I have to squeeze it or nothing comes out. Well, that's a lie. Look at that. There's a drip. But I have to have, or it just drips. I mean, really, girls, I hate to say this on my YouTube video, but it's like diarrhea at the highest end. Okay, it just really is. Let me try this. Where's my? Okay, let me put this up here where I can see this other little cheat sheet. And my idea was to come around this way. Like that. Yeah, well, that's true too, Peggy. It might not be set up enough, but see, now I have you all here. See, look, it's just kind of like bleeding. Can you see? See, like here? I could put it in the freezer. I guess I should have waited until it totally set up. And I guess that maybe, I mean, I did fill water to the line. But then when I mixed the powder in, because there was so much powder until the powder absorbed it, you know, that kind of looks like a surgeon did a bad job. Oh dear. Hi, Holly. Thanks for coming, Holly. Yeah, it's too runny. I'm just wondering if I cook it in the microwave for a little bit, if it will tighten up, because the one um, little article, oh, look, it is starting to stain. The one article said about cooking it on the stove. So I'm gonna just take it and put it in my microwave for, really only a couple of seconds. and see if that might thicken it up a little bit. Okay. Is everybody willing to wait for a few minutes while I do that? Because see, I don't know. Can you see where you can see where it's starting to where it already started to stain? The problem is that it then was running. So I just want a nice clean line. So let me take this. Oh no, can you see in there? It's like real runny. So let me go do that. All right. I'll be right back. Holly, will you please talk to my friends? Wish I had some music to play. I need Keisha's little jingle that her brother did. Let me see if I can get out of here. Luce, what are you doing in here? I don't want it to bubble over either. Okay, baby, go ahead. I'm online. Yeah, cooking this stuff because it's not thick enough. Trying to get my henna. Okay, I don't think that worked. I cooked it. Did it explode all over my wet microwave? Yes. I did it very gently. A couple seconds at a time. Boy, that stuff gets hot quick. Maybe because of the oil in it. I don't know. Ooh, what are we going to get? It's 80? Oh my gosh. Yeah, the little bottle didn't melt, although it does feel very flexible. And now it's so very hot. I know it would burn my skin. It's like steaming. Gosh, I only did it for like 10 seconds and then another 3 or 4 seconds. Years ago, I don't know how I found it, but I found, and I'm sure there's more than one person that does this, but it was a gal, and I don't even know her name. And she did sketches and art on her skin with a Sharpie marker. So if this doesn't work, guess what, girls? I'm going to do a Sharpie marker. I mean, because that'll wear off too, right? That'll wear off. And I'll just change the title of my YouTube video to something like, remember when your dad said, don't write on yourself? Well, that's a great idea, Peggy. You have a lot of good ideas. Look, see when I shake it because of the heat that's in there? It's like a little volcano. Of course, now I'm anxious to hit this here with the heat gun to see if it's even going to flake. Oh, it is starting to dry out. See, that's the other thing. There's so much moisture in this. By the time it would dry, faux henna, yeah. By the time it would dry, yeah, see, look, now it's just pouring out because it's, I should have put it in some ice cubes now to cool it back down. But see, this was the original. I do believe I'm making a mess. See, it's all. And the henna might have been, like I said, I've had this a while. I wonder if there's a date on the box. Yeah, see, the date on it is 2019. And I bought it, I don't think I bought it in 2019, but gosh, time flies. I could have. But I know I've had it at least a year. I mean, does henna powder go bad? Things are bustling in this tiny town today. Free dump days, yard sales, fruit stands. Get out of here. Roadside vendors and dog adoptions. Oh my gosh. You're going to have to recover from all the excitement. All right, I want to leave this uncovered because I want this to cool down. Look, I'm getting the rest of myself all stained. I need another. I apologize for the baby wipe container crunching, 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 crunching. Let's see. Slow down, you're moving too fast. You got to make. Well, see, I hate to inconvenience people and have you all sit here and just, hang out and wait with nothing happening. Well, it definitely made the outside of the container sticky. See, look, when I tip it now, it's just pouring out. Oh, Holly, you're so sweet. Were there any interesting dogs? I don't know, girls. This isn't. Oh, see, that is starting to dry up a little bit there, but that's going to take forever. I have to be able to at least tip it over and have it not pouring out. Yeah. All right, this isn't going to work. So let's get out my. I mean, I just feel like drooling on my hand. Okay. Is that sick? Yeah, I know. But when I read the one article said if you go into purchase henna powder at an Indian grocery, to look for a certain color, and if it was, what'd she say, if it was real orangey looking or real green looking, they probably added dye to it. But if it was the other way, it meant that it was old and probably wouldn't leave too much of a stain behind. Oh, so it's not a surprise for your mom-in-law. You're thinking you would take her. Yeah. Okay, so now my only thought about the using a Sharpie marker is that my hand is not smooth. It's an old hand that's kind of wrinkly. So that might cause some additional bumpage that I'm not particularly wanting. Well, let's see. Let's do a faux, as Peggy said, a faux henna. And I used to have a brown. Of course, it's not in there, is it? I don't think I want to do lavender. I want it to look like henna. Let's see what else. Let's see what else I got cooking here in my tin. In my tin, girls. Oh, no real dogs, just pics. Oh, that makes sense. All right. So let's see if I can find my. This is just not seeming to be my day. Up. Houston, I think we've got it. All right, there's an ultra fine brown Sharpie marker. Well, I know Sharon was saying about adopting a dog and that it was difficult. And we had to take our Bella in. I had to take our little dog in to the vet the other day. It wasn't planned. She's got an issue. Anyway, so when we were over there and I was telling the vet who was looking at her that my husband worked at an animal shelter and where he worked, yada, yada, yada. And she said, she really loves the dachshunds. And she said, I've tried now to adopt twice. And she said, both times I've been rejected. She said, I guess being a vet really doesn't help you adopt a dog. I don't know what some of these agencies are looking for as far as people to place dogs in homes, but if you're not going to take a vet, holy moly. All right, girls, we're going in with a Sharpie. The heck with this here, henna. We'll do henna another time. All right, so I've got a wrinkly finger here. And let's see if this works any better. Not much. It looks like a big old spatter. Now in the picture, it looks like little teardrops or just little dots. My gosh, my father would just be having a stroke. Oh, I wiped it up real quick, but thanks, Candy. I'll check the, we have one of those little glass trays that goes around, I'll check it, and if it didn't come up, well, I'll get the peroxide out. Thanks for that tip. Well, this isn't working a whole lot better than the henna. No, where's my camera? That's a pretty big old spidery flower. See, I've got that wrinkly skin. What is with Charlies? I used to make tattoos on me with Charlies. What are Charlies? Huh? Yeah, I don't have any tattoos either. I kind of wish maybe I'd picked a black marker. But I wanted it to look more like, what a henna would look like. But this is really, I can't figure out how to put my finger. Not really. As dark as I, like how unattractive is that, okay? It's not drying so good either. Okay, I think I have the shape off. So let's make a dot, and I'm going to just make the one line here, the other line here, because I want that longer. And the guy coming out to the side, they're kind of small. Don't try this at home. Oh my gosh. Well, if I got a tattoo, I'd put it somewhere where that's not going to droop. Like I wouldn't mind one on my wrist. I mean, if I get a droopy wrist, bets are off, kids. I'm going to stay locked in my house if I get droopy wrists. Oh my gosh, this looks so awful. I may decide not to upload this video. Sorry. I don't mean to cackle in your ear, but oh my gosh. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Do, 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 do. So you think I should switch to a black marker and cover this up with black? Do you think that would look better? That brown is just really not doing anything for me, girls. I don't know. What do you think? I can't believe how far behind my phone is. Do, 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 do. Look, I can't even get it straight. Look, that like went into a triangle instead of a circle. Do, 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 do. Really, that's an amazing statistic. Sepia ink and a brush. Well, there's an idea. I wonder if sepia ink would stain my skin, would it? Well, now that's a question, isn't it, there, Candy? Let me make some adjustments here with all my garbage I have hanging and sitting in front of my ink box. Oh boy, avalanche, avalanche. If Lori would just pick up things from one project to the next, Lori would be in a lot better shape. All right, I've got my sepia ink buried back here. Do, 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 do. Gosh, I haven't used this stuff in forever. All right, here's my sepia. I don't think I want to scratch my skin with those pens. So let's just put that box back in its spot. All right. And let's find a brush. I've got a new liner brush. Let's use this. Let's try this one. I love this liner brush. Script liner. It's called Velvet Touch, and it is by Princeton. It's a 2/0. Okay, on my phone, watching myself on YouTube, I'm just now doing my first finger. Now, is that crazy or what? That's how much of a lag there is. Okay, let's see here. I just don't know if it'll stain my skin. Let's see if it'll stain my skin. Gotta let it dry. Da, 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 da. I know, right? That's a huge lag. Now let's just see if this will burn the flesh. Don't want to burn my flesh. So what do you think? All right, Candy, you might be onto something here, kid. Let's just see. All right, let's go this way. Oh dear Lord. I might have to have a couple different paintbrushes going here. I thought this was just going to be so easy. I think I did better embarrassing myself when I painted my face and doing this jazz. How long do you have to watch somebody paint their hand? You know, maybe I ought to forget about those fingers and just try this. Candy, maybe this will be a new trend. Maybe I need a bigger brush. Oh, look. This is marvelous. Look, it's like, it's like, you know those ladies who put the lipstick on and it bled into the cracks of their lips? That's what it looks like. Oh, dear Lord, this is just not working. Look how awful that is. Well, you know what, girls? I'm going to go back to the old tried and true. Let's just pretend I'm doing a face painting gig, and some kid came up to me, some smart aleck kid came up to me and said, "Hey, lady, can you do like a henna? Can you do like a henna tattoo on me?" Let's see. I don't want it to look like if alcohol will take that off. I don't want it to look like somebody's got lip lipstick bleeding on. You know, I mean, I had an aunt that kind of was like that. She kind of missed her lips. So it was like a little, she had some little overage there on her little lips. God love her, I love her. But you know what I mean, right? The ladies that had I don't know why the lipstick would bleed into their skin around their lips. All right, now somewhere here with all my other jazz, I've got alcohol for cleaning up certain things. And if I could just put my little chubby fingers on it, I'll see if I can clean up some of this. Oh, I've got Citrusol. That might work. If of course, I don't know how my skin would like Citrusol, but oh, you know what? I think my husband took the alcohol. All right, let's try the Citrusol. You know what, girls? This is just going from bad to worse in a nanosecond. Oh my goodness me. Let's see. I'm going to take a handy dandy cotton swab and see if this will erase the markings. I'll tell you what, I don't know what the Citrusol is made out of, but that's not too bad. Get some of that off my... Yeah, You'll be talking about this for days. Let's see if it'll take the marker. Look at this. I've got all kinds of stuff. Oh, yeah, look. Note to self, if you ever have a kid write with Sharpie marker on your wall or your flesh, just get your Citrusol, young ladies, and remove it. All right, let's do this. Actually, it takes off the marker better than it takes off the sepia ink. Now, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Now, see right there, I think that's where the ink ran. Can't get that off with the Citrusol, but the marker's coming off. Isn't that something? Isn't that just something? Well, I think it's a good thing I don't have any, hand commercials lined up, because I think I might have to lose that gig. All right. All right, let's go to plan. This might be plan D. So now I've got Citrusol all over my mitt, and we're going to be out of baby wipes right soon. Okay, let's get that out of the way, and we'll clean off the hand once again with our lovely little baby wipe. Okay. Now, I do apologize if anybody is looking at the title of this video initially. I didn't mean to get you here under false pretenses, but meanwhile, let's check the... this is still warm, and it is still liquidy. Bummer. Okay, now let's pick out a lovely brown color. maybe I should go with, let's do something thick, like the folk art is, this is brown bark. Maybe a cinnamon. Cinnamon, cinnamon, don't forget the cinnamon. Okay. Nutmeg. She made her lips smaller with makeup, huh? I think this will work. All right, let's see if I can go through with the plan of doing a henna type design on my hand, not using henna, and using acrylic paint. Now, how crazy can that be? All right. You're so happy. Why are you happy, Candy? I'm glad you're happy. I hope you're feeling better. All right, let's see. So I think I would like a little brush to make my little, this one will work. Now, I have done face painting at different events. No one has ever recommended or requested a henna design. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my little dots for these little flowers. See, those cracks in my fingers are really kind of messing up my design. Well, let's see if we can cover up some of this mess. I'm going to do my thumb. Now, actually, I could have gotten out my face paint, but I'm just going to use acrylic paint because it's here. I would not use acrylic paint on another human being or another child, or a child, that's for sure. I have face paint. I should have just gotten up and went and got my face paint, but I didn't do that. Maybe I should do that. Do you think I'm crazy yet? Oh, wow. Let's see. What time is it here for me, huh? It's 4:30 on the East Coast. So she's done at the library. Does she work at the library every day? I just saw my face paint. Let me go get my face paint. It's just the other side of the room. Can you hold on for a few more minutes? Oh my gosh, I just lost several people. I'm so sorry for the confusion and for the misleading of what I was doing. But it was not intentional. Let's see if I can get to my face paint without making a huge mess. Now, when I first started doing face painting, I used a product called Snazaroo. And you can now get Snazaroo in some of your local stores. But you don't really get a whole lot of selection. And then I moved on to a better grade of face paint. And I've got all my little patterns and things here. Of course, the face paint I have on the bottom of the box. And it's called, I guess you say it, Maron. Not sure about the correct pronunciation. I think I got a color in here that'll work. All right, we've lost another. Oh, 3 times a week she works. Okay. Let's see here. I've got brown, red, brown. These really are not stick to the little unit like they say. I'm going to go with the darker. Now, I don't have my spray bottle here. Of course not, because I took that to the shop with me the other day. So I could fill my water bottle. So I'm just going to add some water here and soften up my face paint. So this is just a brown. And that'll soften up pretty well. All right, let's have at it again, girls. Well, I can say one thing. Some have the death flags on their bios. What does that mean, Hall? A death flag. That means they're going to put them down if they don't get adopted? Oh my, that would be awful. All right, so if anybody's just come in, my henna did not set up. I have now moved on to face paint to then paint, hopefully, this design on my hands that looks like henna. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I don't want to give up, Peggy, but if this doesn't work, I have to try to just maybe not be so much of a perfectionist here. Although I am better with a brush than most things. It still looks like a spider to me. Does that make you crazy that I'm trying to flip my hand around? I should probably do a little boop, like try to do a little pressure there and then lift up and pull. Kind of make it look like a little teardrop at the end. You know, like a little bit of pressure and then lift up and pull. Well, I'll say one thing, dinner smells good. So I was trying to help my neighbor, do her grocery shopping because she's 92 and it's hard for her to get to the grocery store anymore, right? So we have the supermarket, local supermarket. You go on, you can order online. And she's blessed to have some food stamps, which she really needs to use because she's got a very low budget. And everything was different on the program that we use for the supermarket. And Lori, in her effort to try to help her dear neighbor, missed that it didn't put the order on her food stamps. It put it all on her credit card. Okay, this lady cannot afford this, all right? So then other neighbors went and picked it up for her last night. I mean, I realized the problem. So she'd called the store, and the gal she spoke to encouraged her not to cancel the order and start over, which is what I was going to do, to let her alert the folks that pull the order, and when they come to pick it up, to just have them run it through and pay for it then, where they could correct it and put the order on her food stamps. Well, guess what? They didn't do that. So here's this poor lady, got all these groceries that's now going to be a hardship for her to pay for because they went on her, oh, that doesn't look too bad, that one. They went on her credit card instead of on her food stamp thing. So that's what I started my morning with, calling over to the grocery store to get that straightened out for her. Ooh, girls, I might have just gotten a package. I just heard it sound like a delivery truck. I'm supposed to get a package today, but I don't know what I'm getting. Well, I think this is working out a lot better. Maybe I should have put my brush in the henna. But the people at the grocery store, I thought I was going to have to like really battle, to get it fixed. But they were so great. And they really, I mean, I had to run over there with her card and all that jazz, which, is not a big deal. But I feel bad, I feel bad that I made the mistake, of course. But I also feel bad that there's some older folks that probably have different problems like this, with trying to get their groceries. They got nobody to help them. Anyway, she's all set and squared away. Well, I think other than making the dot too big, the center too big, this doesn't look too bad, right? Okay, so let's add a little more water to my face paint. And I'm going to come around here. And I really kind of like that. If I come around here like this, I'm not sure, Peggy. And I guess that's something we could look into. I mean, she does mostly the TV dinners and Meals on Wheels. Like my grandmom used to get them, but it was just like a meal. She also, she needs milk and cereal and stuff like that, for her other meals and her coffee. I got her hooked on coffee creamer. She's not happy about that. But hey, coffee creamer junkies we are. No, I don't like the way these turned out, but we're going to go with it because I just can't change it anymore. Just going to have to go with what's happening here. I'm going to make a little swirly gig wormy looking thing up my finger here. And let's try a little. Can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah, we try to take down 2 or 3 meals a week for her so she has some home cooked stuff. And all would have been fine if I didn't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize that I missed that food stamp button. Like you have to fill in the food stamp number and then it tells you how much you're approved for and you punch that number in and then it said continue, but I missed where the button where it actually takes the food stamp amount off of your account, your food stamp account. And over here, I think on my wrist, I'm going to try to put a little swirly thing here like this. Okay, how we doing, kids? All right, so now I want to try to put these little not hashtags, these little lines to make it look like a little lacy kind of pattern. Okay, let me ask you this question. How many people do you know would draw and paint on their own hand? Okay? This is crazy, crazy. Yeah, well, she's a good old gal. And we're like best buds. Do you ever look at your hands and think, oh, thanks, Peggy. Nobody, just me. Um, you think, could these possibly be my hands? How they get so wrinkly? Or do you remember? Maybe this didn't happen to you. I remember, like, this is, I don't think it's gross. Like my grandmother's arm, when she would put her arm up, she had this little floppy skin thing, like on her upper arm, and it was just so soft. We just loved touching her skin. Her skin was so soft. And, it just had a certain look to it because it was, old skin and it was wrinkly. That's how my skin looks now. Oh my gosh. And I don't feel like I'm that old, but my gosh, my skin looks like my grandmother's skin. See here, I feel like I need another little line there that it's too deep, but and this, I guess I'm going to come around here a little bit. Maybe come around here. Um, Nothing like winging it. It got a little thick there. A little thick there. Oh, look at, I just picked up some little dust buds. Let's go around, let's see, let's come around this way. Let's see if I can make another curly Q here. No, I'm not good at the curly Qs. Boy, if this was henna, this would be so great. Oh, you do? I hope they're not painful for you, Peggy. Okay, let's see. I don't want this to be too, yeah. Well, I mean, this can wash off real easy because this is just face paint. I got too much water on my brush there. I have some water on my hand. Forgot to put my slippers on. My toes are freezing. My toes are freezing. This, I probably should put another, I'm just not going to worry about it. All right, guys, we're just going to wing it. So the purpose of this video is to say, girls, you can paint on your own. Do your own henna, paint on your own skin. Look, I put a baby wipe down over top of this puddle of paint so I wouldn't stick my elbow in it. And then I forgot I did it and I picked it up and used it to wipe off my hands. Like, do you know anyone else who's a bigger mess than I am? Okay. No pain. They just make us laugh. Oh, I'm glad there's no pain. All right. So now I want to kind of go this way. This should just be really much narrower than I'm doing it. So if you don't have any henna and you want it to look like you have a henna tattoo, just get some brown face paint. I really think you can use acrylic paint too if you wanted to do it on yourself, but you know, don't say Lori told you. I know you can't put your whole body in acrylic paint, but maybe just a couple of lines or a fleur. Do a little fleur. Yeah, this is looking pretty gnarly, huh? Woohoo! So I used to take out a insurance policy type thing to protect me if anyone came to me and did the face painting, wanted face painting, and would break out in an allergy. Now, this paint that I use is advertised as hypoallergenic, so I mean there shouldn't have been any problem. But I was doing face painting at this one event where the gal that did the henna and a family came up to me. They had one young boy, and he wanted to be face painted, and his mother said, "I don't think it's a good idea because you're allergic to everything." You know, I really didn't even have her sign anything, but he pitched such a fit. So instead of walking away and saying, "No, I don't think it's a good idea," the mother let him do it. He was fine. I mean, he was there for most of the event, and he didn't swell up or anything, so that was good. But can you imagine having a kid that's allergic to everything and then let them get face painted? Oh, my husband's used to my weirdness. He just shakes his head. He's like so boring. Holly, that was Sharon. I mean, you're probably going to grab that so I can tell her what I'm up to here. And I'm just putting little half moons. See, that one got too big. But because this is face paint and not henna, I'm not going to worry about it. Well, it looks like I've bored plenty of people to tears. Hey, little gypsy, you're still here? Girl, you make me laugh so hard. Thanks. Well, you're welcome. I'm trying to behave myself and not really get as weird as I usually can be. Okay, now I don't want that to go too lumpy bumpy here. Gosh, that looks... See, I should have done that smaller. See how there's... Well, I guess I can put another row in here. And my son, when our son was little and, you know, face painting age, not like his mother, but, you know, like a real child that would, you know, want his face painted. He inevitably could not stop from touching his face. Our daughter was okay, but our son, you know, has had some issues. Oh, that looks better. And, oh my gosh, spend all this time painting the little guy's face, you know, and then he'd be rubbing his nose and it'd all be ruined. What are you going to do? Now, it would be great if I could put little dots around here, but this is not really, I guess maybe I could try to soupy that up. Meanwhile, I don't think my henna, oh no, shoot. I just painted the back of a light bulb. That's not good, Laura. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know if this will work. No, it's not juicy enough to get on a not juicy enough. Let's see if I can make a little puddle of something there. Hey, Marlo, what you doing, girl? Oh my gosh, I figured you were working in the yard. It's a beautiful day here today. I tried to attempt to paint on myself with henna, but my henna did not set up properly. And then I tried, oh, that's not too bad. And then I tried, let's put some dots here. Then I tried some sepia ink, which was really a good idea. But then that started to bleed, and you could see all the lines in my wrinkly skin. Oh, look, girls, if that would look not too bad if I could get this the right consistency. They're really kind of too big, but hey, let's go all the way down here. And then I tried acrylic paint and thought that might not be a good idea because I don't want people, to copy me and paint themselves with acrylic paint. So now we're on to face paint. Okay? And I asked the other gals that are here, how many people do you know would paint on themselves just because they could? And there you have it. So now I'm just trying to make this design look, a little cuter by putting little bumps here to kind of make it look like lace. It's funny, like I do the third one, I get to the third one, that's the one that kind of goes out of control and is not the same height that it should be. Well, as they say, at least I'm consistent. So I'm just gonna continue with my little pattern idea here. That doesn't look too good there. And then come around this way. It's funny, it's so easy to paint on other people. I'll tell you what, this is always fun to do, like at a family picnic or gathering or something. I did it for a church event once. That was fun too. I mean, really do like, and the kids just get so excited. I mean, they really do enjoy it. One time we had, we were attending a really large church with a very large community, and they were looking for, gosh, 5 or 6 different face painters, and they were coming up short. So I pulled my son-in-law in with me. He's pretty talented. So I just gave him a couple of tricks. Oh, I'm off screen. Oh, thanks, Peg. And gosh, she's pretty talented. We had a blast that day painting my kids. All right, just fixing a couple of these little. All right, so I've got my little flowers on my fingers. Now I need to do something up in this area. I can't believe I've been on here this long. And I haven't really accomplished much. And I've been on here an hour and a half. Okay, isn't that just so sad? All right, let's see. See, the face paint that I have, of course, as you see, it's like in a cake, like watercolor. So it's hard to get a little puddle to do the dots, but I would like to have like maybe a little, it's too wet, a little dot here, a little dot here that I can make a flower. And I'll put one right here on my knuckle. And then I'll get some petals. Okay, Sharon. I'm going to take a little sip of my beverage. I apologize for any gulping you may have heard in the microphone system, which I still can't believe how well the microphone picks up stuff. Okay. All right, so maybe I'll use, I had another cute little brush somewhere that I was going to try to use. What did I do with that? Let's check on this here henna. You know, girls, I think it is getting thick. Woohoo! Maybe about by midnight, I'll be able to use this here henna on my hand. Make me a real fine design, and then I can take a picture, y'all, and post it on, you know, Bibsville or on out their Instagram. And y'all can see that it worked. Well, we'll just see about it. Just see about it. All right. I've got some, I don't know what this is here, but it's like permanently stained on my finger. I don't remember doing anything down there. It kind of looks like, excuse me, like stitch marks. You know, like Frankenstein stitch marks. And my pinky finger really, what can we do there? We need to do something there because we need to cover up that mess. Well, I hope she can see it. Oh, I love Maltese. Okay, what's that just jumped out in front of my screen so I can't see what I'm doing? Can't see my chat. There we go. Sharon was going to go in the house to her computer hall, so you might have to put that in again. She might not see it. Okay, so on this here where I had the ink that stained my hand, I'm going to come around and see if I can make a little curlicue of some kind. Now, some people may not be concerned about people being allergic and, you know, not want the expense of having insurance when you do face painting. But I'll tell you what, I always had fun doing it. I just haven't done the insurance the last couple of years. My husband likes to be, well, that kind of looks, so. Looks like, you know, it's a little chubby and a little short for a little swirly thing. And then I've got another. So let's see if we put a couple of little, can you see me, what I'm doing here? Put a little flowery thing there. And this kind of looks like it needs to have a little more. I wonder if I could try to turn that into a paisley thing. If I did a paisley thing, where's the paisley thing on here? There. Kind of go around and come back. Well, I don't know, girls. Am I? It just doesn't look good here. All right, so this was very wet when I put this dot on. It's still not dry. All right, let's try this other brush and see if I can get some cute little petals here. Now, I always have to think which way I want the petal to go. Okay, so I think I want it to go the other way. I think I want the round part out and the skinnier part in. Oh, somebody's got a sale. Oh, I got to stay away from some of those sales. Okay, so I'm going to push down and pull up. Push down, pull up. Make some little feathers. Little petals, not feathers. Petals. That one got really kind of thick. I can see the paint drying on my my brush. It's funny. It's collecting and getting thicker and thicker. Of course, you can paint them and shape them too. And when you're face painting kids, you know, the idea is like 5 minutes you want to be done because they get kind of antsy. Plus, you don't make any money if it takes you forever to paint one. All right, I think I'm needing something here too, like coming out of these here parts. Let's just hold the phone there. I'm gonna put a couple petals here. All right, girls. Am I looking like a henna victim or a henna princess? Okay. What do you think? I probably should put something in there, but I'm not going to mess around anymore with that lacy part. I think I'm just going to try some little doodads out from this here edge of the let's see, let's do, can you see me? Let's do a little stem and a curly Q. Oh, that curly Q not so good. Stem and a little curly Q. Very thick. I got very thick. My paint is like a mudslide here right now. It's a little better. And let's see, that little flower goes up with a loop. Not good, not liking it. This is the beauty of face paint. Say, come here, honey, this is just going to tickle. I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit. This is where I wish I could take my hand off. Oh, look, I used that had the Citrusol on it. This is where I wish I could take my hand off so I could position it better for me to paint. But we're not going to get that crazy. Broken glass. Well, you know, a stained glass stencil design might look quite cool. Okay, lost my image again. My goodness, I'm just like, my day was going so great, and I did this stream, and then all of a sudden everything's just falling apart. Okay, so let's try again. I'm going to come around, try to make it look cute. So I would love to do some dots, but this paint is not really dot-worthy paint, okay? Yeah, stained glass would look like fabulous, okay? Just fabulous. All right, so now I'm going to go and put, I'm trying to follow this one flower. It's got a loop that way and a loop out this way. And they have 4 loops, and I'm just gonna put those 2, and then a little line that comes up. And then we're gonna do a little line out this way and out this way. I should check my phone and see what part of the video. Okay, on the phone. Oh, Peggy, if I go wash my hands to get ready for dinner, all of it's gone. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm a nut. Okay, I just checked my phone, and what I'm doing on the phone is I'm just painting my pinky finger. That's just crazy to me. Okay, that looks like so ridiculous. Okay. Ridiculous. Don't like it at all. I have paper towels somewhere. All right, here's another baby wipe that's lost its wipe. I'm gonna dip it in a little bit of water, and we're going to erase this. I could use a cotton swab. All right, maybe we'll just try to do, let's see, what else have we got going here? Maybe just like a little, let's see, I'm just not good at the swirly things. Let's come down here and let's try a swirly thing like that. Let's do that, okay? And see, I would like my hand facing the other way, which, you know, I can't take my hand off, okay? Okay, I apologize. I mean, I would if I could, but I just can't do it. All right. I know the designs that they do for the henna is not this kind of flowery jazz. Although this looks kind of cute here. Oh, you guys can't see that. This little flowery thing, that looks kind of cute. See, and then they did a little thing, and then it's got little. Okay, let's give that a whirl. Okay, so over here we're going to go with this. And let's see what I can get my brush to do. We're going to try this again, and we're going to come around, and we're going to loop. We're going to rub that off. All right, I'm not going to hold you up much longer. Let's just finish this up here. Am I still on the... All right. And then let's come around this way. And it's really getting thick this way. Too bad this isn't the henna. This looks like melted chocolate. Melted milk chocolate candy bar is what it looks like. Woo! Okay, and then I was going to put these little petals like on this one little design here. They look like little petals to me. But they should go, where am I? They should go this way. Boop, 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 boop. Let's redo those without the sound effects. Well, girls, I think that's just about it. Let's back my camera up a little. Oh, I want to get the... Oh, bye, Peggy. Thanks for coming. So there we have it. This is an epic fail henna video, which we ended up using face paint to give us the henna look. My henna, I think, is thickened up a little bit. I'm going to leave it sit. Actually, I might put it in my freezer. Thanks, Holly. Because the one article that I read said if you had leftover and you wanted to keep it and use it, you could store it in your freezer. So I'm going to put it in my freezer and see if maybe the coldness, might thicken up. And if this thickens up, I'm going to, try to do henna on my hand later and see where that heads out. I mean, where it ends up. See if I can, look at me. This just looks like another day of, working with mixed media. Well, I'm going to just call it quits here and go have some supper. I'll probably see you on the tube somewhere, maybe later tonight. And thank you so much for those of you that's hung in there with me and watched me embarrass myself. Thanks, Sharon. All right. Have a good rest of your day, folks, wherever you might be located. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Sharon. And remember, don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Thanks, everyone. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.